Collective gang, you already know what it is. It's your girl, Empress 777 here today with a general message for my collective, the beautiful collective. I hope you guys are doing super fantastic. I most certainly am. Holy Angels and Spirit guys, please give us exactly what we need to know. We invite you in. Please clarify this. This is heavy, guys. Okay. Give us exactly what we need to know. For all signs as a collective, this could be for absolutely any zodiac sign, guys, okay? Place yourself where you belong in the storylines. Don't force shit to fit, and leave whatever does not resonate with you. Leave it here. Leave it for whoever it's for, okay? Don't try to force things on yourself. Please take a moment and click that like button, guys, okay? It really helps with the engagement on the channel, which basically means it helps people find us, okay? It helps people know that the channel is here. Also, if you want to make it official and become a part of the team, become a part of the gang, a part of the growth, go ahead and click that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload on the channel. Now that we've gotten all that out of the way. Somebody's sorry. Okay. I feel as though someone has learned a really tough lesson here, you guys, okay? Let's just go over the cards that have come out, okay? Very first card out was Ascension. Very impactful, powerful energy straight out the bat. They're like, I'm not playing any games, Empress. Tell them what it is. Tell them where I stand. Tell them what I'm on now, right? We have Crickets, okay? We have the Temperance, Sagittarian energy, as well as the Hierophant, Taurian energy, Taurus energy. We did just have that lunar eclipse in Taurus, so this could have something to do with that, right? Lunar eclipses are just like a full moon on steroids. This person could feel this nudge to come forward now, but I do feel like there has been a time frame in which the two of you have been in disconnect. This is not somebody who you are currently talking to, seeing. This is not even somebody who's on your radar, is what I'm feeling, especially with Crickets here. You may feel as though you don't have any contenders right now, even if people are interested in you. You just might not be dating, or you're not entertaining the dating scene right now. You're not taking action in that area or arena. You could just be focusing on other things in your life, things that you're prioritizing over love. This is somebody who is coming towards you as a different person, you guys, okay? Does that mean that you have to engage them? No, but they are here for a reason. So there's absolutely a reason why you need to know that this person has experienced this awakening. In the interim of the disconnect and now, right, that silent period, that period in which the two of you have not been connecting with each other, this person has been experiencing a lot of losses, guys, lots of L's, because for awakening, right, experiencing, navigating a spiritual path, a spiritual journey, I feel like that's out of character for this person, in your opinion, based on who you have known them to be, right? Well, they're not that anymore. They've had multiple catalysts that have triggered this spiritual awakening. Okay. This does feel like energy of being brought to your knees, lots of healing that has had to occur. And I do believe that it has brought them to the attention of what they may have put you through. Okay, with the Temperance here and the Hierophant, this does suggest that this is somebody who wants to reconcile you guys. Okay, they view you as the one that got away, right? I do feel as though they're coming in remorseful. The Temperance can often be somebody who definitely knows that they're not going straight to the Hierophant, right? Like you're not just going to commit to them. In fact, you might not even have a conversation with them. They do know that this will possibly be an uphill battle based on where each of you are in your own healing journey, right? Because for some of you, you may still be very upset with this person. It may be fuck them forever right now. Okay, that might change. But for right now, it might be fuck you forever, right? Like, go fuck yourself. And for others of you, this could have happened so long ago that, like I said, it's not even on your radar. And you just might be indifferent. Okay, so it not being on your radar doesn't mean that you will be arms wide open and willing to accept this conversation, this offer, or anything of the sort. But it does place them in a better position than the latter, right? Because you're just indifferent. You know, you're possibly willing to hear what they have to say. You are possibly willing to listen to what they are saying, but there's still no promises, right? I do feel like this is somebody who is excited to show you the changes that they've made, for the spiritual awakening to show up first, right? This is somebody who's on the path to ascension, so they have actually done the work. It's really just going to depend upon whether or not they've burnt that bridge, guys, okay? So again, this could be a Sagittarius for some of you, not necessarily. They could just be embodying the Sagittarian energy. You might be a Sagittarius. We have worth waiting for. It says divine timing is at work in your love life. So this is all about fated events. Just in case you were wondering why this person entered your life, especially if they were destructive. For ascension to show up, it does feel like this could have been a karmic situation, right? Not necessarily a karmic soulmate, but the two of you could have been placed, right, in one another's lives by fate, via fate, to learn certain lessons. And karmic lessons in particular are those growing pains, right? They are hard lessons. They are the painful lessons. So let's see here. The Hierophant also suggests having gone through lots of spiritual lessons, guys, okay? So not just the one with you. I feel like this person may have been expecting to reconcile with you a long time ago, but then they got a grip. Thank you so much. So we have, okay, express your love, that came out reversed. Yeah. So there's some embarrassment here, you guys, okay? Even though they know that they've leveled up, even though that they know that they're a different caliber of person, that they understand, right? Like what it means to be in partnership, to be in connection. They're having an understanding is what I'm hearing. They're having an understanding of some of the things that you would have been nudging them to grow the fuck up and do. Okay, they have a clear understanding about that now. They have made those changes, but there's still this sense of embarrassment, right? Like head hanging low, because now that they understand, they do feel foolish, right? They are wondering how you view them, okay? And how you will see them moving forward, right? Will you look at them as just pitiful, right? Like, why are you back? Will you give them silence? So we have past life relationship. That's already the vibe that I was getting, as well as reconciliation. So this is definitely somebody who's on a warpath towards you, right? Okay, warpath is probably not the right phrasing to use. This is somebody who is laser focused on coming directly straight towards you. A to B. You are the target. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And I feel like this might surprise you for some of you because they're not on your radar. It's been quiet. You may feel like you both have gotten over each other. I feel like this person may have waited so long because they were going through those very tumultuous lessons and leveling up. You might be very surprised with who you are met with, okay? And how different they sound, how different they talk, how different they walk, like the walk of life in which they are in now. You see what they do for work. Okay, friends that they have cut off, family members that they have cut off. Their theories. Now, all of that shit has changed. We have longing. I'm longing for the other half I have lost. I told you, the one that got away, guys. The one that got away. So, even though we may have had a death of the ego, there is a little remnants of pride here. And that is what's holding them back from saying something. But I do feel like they're going to take action any minute now. So you could be expecting this resurgence. Let's see here. Obsession. Yeah. So they could be wondering like what you have going on. Okay. If you are currently involved elsewhere, there is also this obsession or obsessive thinking is what I should say. Obsessive thinking about the dynamics of the connection, right? Not wanting to sound foolish because this person does now view you as their soulmate, as a spiritual connection, guys. Okay. What may have felt like a soul tie before is now really feeling like something more real. Some of you, they may have tried to indulge other connections, and that is where the obsession is stemming from. Okay, very lackluster connections is what I would say. It's not that those people were bad, right? Like, or not on their level. It just wasn't giving what this would have been giving, right? What you would have been providing on all levels. It wasn't matching up. So let's see here. Thank you. So we have communication. I mean, you can't make it up. Okay? I'm calling you because you are the only one that captures me. So somebody has been waiting in the wings to say something, you guys. If you are active on social media, they could be lurking, right? They're not really posting anything right now, but they are visualizing you or seeing you online. If you are seeing a new person, I don't get that you're posting. Okay, you might be keeping your relationship under wraps. You're not really publicizing that. So they don't currently know that you're involved elsewhere. That might pose as a problem, right? There's nothing that they would be able to do about it, but I do feel like that would surprise them. They definitely don't see that coming, you guys, okay? We have unrequited. So that's going right in the center of this Temperance and the Hierophant. So now we have somebody who has done the work, guys, right? And what was unrequited before is now ripe for the picking. There's a real shot at this. Of course, I would never tell you what to do. You absolutely do not have to entertain this. It's just making you aware of who you have in your energy sphere, right? This is somebody who will not be able to get you off of their mind. They will obsess over it until they actually know that it's a no from you. And I do feel like they're coming in with some pretty heavy offers. I don't get that they're asking for a relationship immediately. No, they're going to woo you. This is somebody who wants to date you. They kind of want to get back in your good graces, right? Court you. There you go, right? Take you on dates, take you out. They kind of know you. So they will be coming out with the big guns. Wow. Okay, so we do have Child, and that came out in the reverse. So this is somebody who has matured, you guys, right? There is a level of maturity that is here that you possibly never thought that this person would attain. And it did come by way of lots of pain, loss, okay? They took a lot of L's is what I keep hearing, especially with poverty at the bottom of this deck. This does suggest that this person kind of hit rock bottom. It could just be figuratively speaking, but it could be literally speaking as well. Once they learned certain lessons, they had me, so the divine just had me split this deck in half, and it goes from poverty to unexpected income. So this is not only fated for this person to come back around, at least for you to have your own closure, even if you don't want to entertain this anymore. But I also feel as though this person has to apologize, guys. Okay. Did I say that at the beginning? Yeah, I feel like an apology that must happen, right? Extending of an olive branch, right? Giving you your flowers, so to speak. Okay. Taking accountability. There needs to be a actual conversation that is had in order for them to dig themselves out of this current cycle. Okay. Ascend. So there's definitely levels to the spiritual journey, right? It starts with that dark night of the soul. That's rock bottom, right? That's taking mad L's, losses, depression, hurt, some death possibly in their lives, losses of a job, a house, right? Like they used to be on top. This could be somebody who really was arrogant, right? Like they had a lot going for them. They really felt like their shit didn't stink. Like nothing bad could ever happen to them because nothing bad ever happened to them. Right? So they kind of were cocky with it. And I feel like the moment that the two of you weren't in one another's lives anymore is when things just started going to shit. And it was supposed to happen that way. So they've really been operating in a lot of lack, learning some very hard lessons, as I stated. And this is on their path. They have several apologies to give. But for some reason, yours is coming up as the most essential apology. I would love to know down in the comments what this person did. They had to have done something extremely brutal for your apology to be at the top of the list. This is their ticket out of hell, pretty much. Past life connection. This is giving twin flame, guys, slightly. Okay, with the longing and the obsessive qualities within this connection, even though it was unrequited. That's like being in love with somebody, longing for somebody, wanting to, be around someone, wanting to give someone second chance after second chance after second chance, even though they are the ones that hurt you. Or they said, rephrase that. So that's like going back to get healing from the person who fucking stabbed you. You know what I mean? Like, what? Twin flame. I don't like to romanticize the twin flame journey or connection, even though it could be very different, just depending on what's in your natal charts, right? Like what all is going on in your fated events, like what contracts you signed. But what I will say is this energy of one twin possibly giving more and the other possibly giving their ass to kiss does seem to be a running theme, if I'm honest, okay? So that's just for a few of you. I feel like if you don't know anything about twin flames, then that's possibly just not for you. If you had an inkling or if you've started to do some research of your own, okay, just because of the strength of the pull, okay, this is somebody who effed you over. This is somebody who's probably hurt you deeper than anybody else, yet you're still longing for them. It's like, how do you really reconcile that in your own mind? How do you make that make sense? So you're doing your little Google smoogle searches. Then that is possibly for you. So anyway, in order for them to dig their asses up out of the dark night of the soul, or hell, so to speak, they do have several apologies that they have to give, right? And then I do feel like there's still continuous work that will come after that. But there is a leveling up for this person. Now, they will have this ascension, whether you decide to take them back or not. But I do feel like they have come to terms with themselves at this one that got away, right? Like that is just something that is really harping on their mind. They may have people in their ear, right? Friends or family that know of you, know of the connection possibly that you've met, who are telling them that they really fucked up a good thing, that they'll never find another connection like that again, right? Like you don't just come by something like that every day. So they're really having some very mature thoughts, you guys, right? Marriage is on the brain. This is somebody who is not only wanting to come in and mend things, right? Heal things with the temperance card, reconcile, extend this olive branch. They are also wanting to lock this shit down, okay? Starting with the courtship, which is like, you know, surface level. Sending flowers, the calls, making you a meal, right? Like dating, getting to know one another again. And that is a process that needs to be had. I do not suggest jumping or diving headfirst into this shit. Absolutely not. This is not somebody that you should be trusting immediately. Right? But I don't need to tell you that. That is something that you already know, is what they're saying. But it does appear hopeful. Can I say that? I know, guys. Don't start cursing me out in those comments. I keep it a buck. If it looked like this is somebody who's coming with the bullshit, I would say that. I would say that. Okay. Thank you so much. Oh, shit. So we have unconditional love, guys. Okay. Now, here's what I will say. I don't think you subscribe to this notion anymore. And I'll elaborate. Your love does have conditions, because I feel like you possibly did not have conditions in the past. And now it's like, well, yeah, I don't subscribe to the notion of unconditional love. My love will be genuine. Okay. You will be for certain that I love you, because baby, that shit is not coming easily. I got a whole obstacle course before you get to that motherfucker. Okay. And please let me let you know. But conditions will most certainly be had. You don't just get to do whatever the fuck you want to do just because I love you. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? So I'm getting kind of two different energies coming from this card. I do feel like this is the way that this person feels. They feel like there's nothing that you could do. They almost feel like you should be able to get your lick back. Ciao. Right? They almost feel like they deserve whatever it is that you give to them, or whatever response you have, but they are trying to be hopeful. Yeah, see, access granted. I do feel like this is somebody who is, if you are not posting on social media, they're still checking your social media. They're checking up. Kind of want to know what you got going on, what you're doing, like where you've been, how you've been, right? What you're up to. Do you still live in the same city, the same state? Are you seeing someone new? Like all of the questions that they will be more prone to getting answered directly by you, but they are scared. They do feel like they don't have the right to come in asking all of those questions. So they're trying to get it on the back end, right? They're trying to do some investigative research. Oh, we have divine feminine. Gender doesn't matter. So this person has put you at the top of the list, babe, top of the totem pole. I feel like this is somebody who doesn't even have a list anymore, right? Like they are absolutely not dating. They have revoked all access. Okay, they've been down and out. So they haven't really been able to pull nobody, actually, right? They've been on a lone journey, okay, because they're now pointing out there's just one figure in this ascension card, right? So they've been on this spiritual journey, and that is a loner's path. And upon the ascension, once they have come to, right, and learned the lessons and matured and see things in this perspective that is faded, they're not even interested in having a starting lineup, right? Like they're not even interested in dating multiple people, okay? They have their eyes on one person and one person only. So you have gossip. So the way that I view this gossip card is that chatter that I was talking about, right? They're saying that this goes right under the divine feminine. I told you that what the fuck this was, guys, okay? My cards don't lie, guys. I felt it. I felt it before this even popped out though, right? It's just very strong. And I'm also feeling like even though you might be saying it's fuck them forever, there is still this part even deep down in your subconscious where, you know, you really planned a future, okay? Where the potential was just glorious. It was beautiful. This person had to awaken for anything to be shaken, guys, okay? That is just it. That's all. And unfortunately, right, the catalyst to their ascension had to be to hurt you. And nobody is saying that you have to take somebody back that has hurt you, but it just, this is a sticky one, y'all, okay? Heavy, babe. So again, this gossip card is going under the divine feminine, and I do feel like that's that chatter that I was hearing earlier, like their friends, their family, their mom, right? Like their dad or a mother or father figure who is speaking to them and letting them know, like, when are you going to settle down? You know, like you've gotten your shit together. Okay. You went from, you know, you went from impoverished. Now you got you a new job. You got your new house. So what's up with the grandkids, right? Like what's up with your lineage, you know, your future? Don't you want to have what we have, right? They might have like a couple that's around them, somebody that they see in marriage or in a long-term committed partnership. That is something that they are longing for. Okay. But because they have matured, they're no longer willing to just try and do that with anybody. You're the only one on the list. So I do feel like this is somebody who is playing the extremes, right? Especially with obsession here. So in their mind, if you decline this offer to want to reconcile, and I do feel like they're going to start out with the phrase reconciliation, right? Court you, get to know each other, but in their mind is actually marriage with the Hierophant. If you decline the offer to be with them or to see where things can go, I do feel like this person will go to the other extreme and just remain single. I don't get that they're just hopping from one dick to the next. I don't get that they just hopping from one boom boom to the next. I just don't get that. So there's this ultimate kicking themselves in the ass, right? Because they had a divine connection. Here's where the maturity comes in, and I'll give this person a little bit of credit, right? The maturity comes in where they could easily say, listen, I was blinded, right? I was asleep. They were unawoken. They've gone through an awakening, and then it's only in hindsight that they were able to realize the divine connection that they had. So how could that be my fault? But that's not how this person is looking at it. They're like, yeah, I should have fucking known. Like, come on. All the signs were there, right? I've never felt anything like this before. I should have been Google schmoogling just like Empress's Collective. The one. Whew. This is heavy, guys. I cannot. Look. Pressure cooker, right? So I feel like this person will be coming back around very soon, you guys. Here is the real. You do view this as somebody who is toxic. You do view this as somebody who left you broken, right? So survey says the justice card would bring down the hammer on this person, right? Swords all day. Cut this motherfucker off or do not answer. Silence. Silencio. Okay? You get no action from me. And I do feel like that's one of their deepest fears. They do know that that's what they would deserve, right? This is not somebody who's in denial. They're not in denial. They're kind of just hopeful, right? I said that. Whew, this is a lot, honey. Okay, so we have an awakened twin, guys. You would have been the twin that was already enlightened, right? And so now this is the divine feminine that has come to, or the divine masculine that has come to. They are going to act on this. This will possibly surprise the shit out of you. And if it hasn't been that long since separation, this is just extremely rare, because the awakening has already occurred. So they would have gone through some very brutal lessons in order for this awakening to come this quick. Okay, I don't even feel like they went kicking and screaming. They're ready to do it this time, right? For real. And I know, I feel like they're like wondering, are you going to deem them the girl or the boy who cried wolf? You said fucking last time that you were ready, right? And I gave you a chance and you still shitted on me. Okay? Fool me once. You fool me once, you can't fool me again, bitch. Okay, so listen, if you have resonated with this message, guys, we are going to go on over to the extended. Okay, definitely want to tap in over there. Let's get you the most informed information, right? So that you can make the most informed decision for yourself. For those of you who are still not fucking with this, we will look at new love. I definitely want to see, like, where exactly have these changes occurred? That's going to let us know what work this person may still have to do. Okay. And then that will also let you know if this is something that is worth it. Okay. Because somebody could have gone through an awakening, but there's steps to it, right? You just don't all of a sudden become a new person. Even though they are new, there's still work to be done, right? So there's timing at hand here. It is a timing issue. I also want to know what their intentions are moving forward, the next steps, so that you can fully prepare yourself, right? And then we'll see what the best possible outcome is, whether you decide to re-engage with this or not. Okay, I'm going to look at both. There's no judgment. I also want to know, what was your lesson in all of this? This is going to let you know if you've learned that lesson or not, which is your catalyst to the next cycle. Okay. I also want to know how you can energetically protect yourself in the next cycle to keep yourself invisible to all of this bullshit, right? I feel like you keep on, right? In the past, okay, attracting the same kind of people. We want to make sure that we build up a barrier, bitch, right? A wall, cement. Nobody can get through that, bitch. And then we'll get into your new love, okay? I'm going to throw in, I don't normally do this on this channel. I have two channels, guys. But we'll throw this in. I'll have a little pendulum read, okay? Well, I'll give you the floor to ask a couple questions, but I'll have more instructions for that over in the extended, okay? So without further ado, click that like button and the subscribe button. And if you're rolling over there with me, I'm gonna put the link for the extended reading down below in the description box, and I'm gonna see y'all over there. Let's go.